Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 9 and we're gonna talk about augmented reality games and motivation in language learning. First, let me introduce our member. The first is me, Arifatul Amalinda Solikhah. The second is Dwina Rahma Qhisti. The third is Handini Retrisya Dasanggita. The fourth is Tri Ayuningsih. And the last one is Rizki Rindiani. So here is our outline. The first is introduction, the second is the study, the third is findings, and the fourth is conclusion. So it is a known fact that ubiquity of internet access on mobile devices has become a growing phenomenon across the world recent years. According to Global Digital Statistics in 2017, with 10% annual growth, more than half of the world now uses smartphone and more than half of the world web traffic comes from mobile phones with broadband mobile connection. As a matter of course, today educational practices are being designed and varied due to advance of millennium generation who tend to use mobile technologies in every aspect of their lives. Let's talk about augmented reality or ER. So, augmented reality or ER, which is another growing phenomenon on mobile devices, is a technology that incorporates digital information such as image, video, and audio into real-world space. Besides use this application in marketing, sport, and entertainment, this technology also used for educational purposes and makes it possible to blend virtual environment with reality. Next, the New Media Consortium's Horizon Report, which focuses on trends and technology developments that are anticipated to drive educational change, pointed out augmented reality as the highest rate topic in several previous editions, and the report for 20 and 16 brings out fresh perspective by underlying the significance of this technology in teaching and learning. ER as a part of mobile learning has opportunity to facilitate learning through enjoyment over learning tasks, engagement, and motivation. Augmented reality simulations could provide language learners with actually motivating gameful experiences, challenge, and unexpected delight, which in return might result in crossing the border between formal and informal learning. Knowing that EFL learners tend to have difficulty in learning abstract concepts such as prepositions, Xie, Kuo, and Lin, 20 and 14, examined the motivation and acceptance levels of students towards ER and rich learning content. At the end of the application, these contents found to be highly useful and practical.
For the study, among the 1590 total EFL students at Anadolu University School of Foreign Language, 83 Turkish students were randomly selected based on convenience. The intensive language program they attend at the university follows an integrated skills content-based curriculum 24 hours each week for 15 weeks. In this study, the interest or enjoyment and value or usefulness subscales of the IMI were used. The intrinsic motivation inventory or IMI is a multidimensional measurement tool intended to assess participants' subjective experience about target activities. For different games that can be applied with AR technology have been designed and implemented by research in 4 different language classrooms. and each game has different learning outcomes for different language, skills, and field. For the first game is Messy Room. The main purpose of the game was to place all given objects correctly into a messy room by following the instructions in English. The learning outcomes of the activity were practicing preposition of place, practicing newly learned vocabulary, practicing speaking, listening, and reading. The second one game is Let's Go to the Movie. The main purpose of the game was to fill in a movie showtimes, and movie theaters schedule correctly. The learning outcomes of the activity were scanning, recognizing newly learned vocabulary, practicing listening, and reading. The third game is Treasure Hunt. The main purpose of the game was to reach the final destination by following the steps correctly. The learning outcomes of the activity were recognizing newly learned vocabulary, practicing listening, speaking, and reading, recognizing language structure, retaining and transferring knowledge.
Games for Face Reporter. The main purpose of the game was to report what is heard correctly in order to transcribe a speech to text by dictating. Number two, the learning outcome of the activity were practicing listening for specific information, practicing reported speech, practicing reading. Findings. Table 2. Table 1. According to Descriptive Statistics for all Likert type items, score 5.00 meaning very true was found to be the most, which was the most frequent for score for all questions in the inventory. Question 14 had the higher score with 66.3%. For the lowest score frequency, question number 8 had the higher frequency for score 1.00, meaning not all at all true, which is 9.6%. In general, score 4.00 true and 5.00 very true were happened up around the higher percentages. This shows that the participants mostly had positive opinions regarding our learning materials. There some to enjoy the application and perceive it as valuable experience for their foreign language learning process. Table 2, which asks if there was a difference between interest, enjoyment, and value usefulness subscale scores. Describe statistics for like skill data were used. Table 2 show the mean scores for each item in each subscale. In both subscales, almost all items score higher than 4.00, except for item 11 and 13 in value usefulness subscale, which are like true.
Okay, so I will continue, and this is the table 2. The table 2 is the second research question, which asks if there was a difference between interest, interest or enjoyment, and value or usefulness subscale scores. Descriptive statistics for Likert scale data were used. Table 2 shows the mean scores for each item in each subclass. In both subclasses is almost all items scored higher than 4 except for item 11 and 13 in value or useful subscales with a slight drop. And the table 3 shows mean scores of each subscales. According to the result, both subscales scored higher than 4. The participants mostly appreciate the application and enjoy the experience. However, interest or enjoyment subscales had a slightly higher than value or usefulness subscales. And the last is table number 4. In order to get a clear result about the significance of the difference between mean scores of subscales, the means of each subscales for all participants were calculated and paired sample test was run. Table 4 shows the result of paired sample test. According to result, the difference between two subscales was found to be statistically significant.
Next, for a conclusion, that this study intended to find out how learners evaluate their experience regarding of augmented reality-based learning materials in their English language classes with a game-based approach. The findings reflect that almost all participants enjoyed the use of learning materials enriched by augmented reality. In general, the participants accepted that they had a lot of fun while engaging in the activities. This indicates the augmented reality technology succeeded in providing interest, motivation, and joy in English language classroom. Next, findings of the study might also shed some light on the questions regarding how learning can be supported and how augmented reality, a relatively new technology, in which classrooms. Value or usefulness subscale scores of the study indicate the students valued the augmented reality-based learning materials for their usefulness, and they believe that the activities were beneficial for their language skill. So, all in all, implementation of augmented reality as a mobile learning experience in language classroom provides language learners with intrinsically motivating gameful experiences, challenge, and joy. Augmented reality-based activities trigger attention and increase motivation, as in learning is a phenomenon appreciated by digital natives. So that's all for us. Thank you.